anybody there? It's Monday morning. It's 9 a.m. Here we are. So I'm doing it from my laptop for the first time, and I want to see if I can see if anybody else is there. Oi! Now I made myself small. Now I want to make myself bigger. Viewer settings. I don't want captions. Yes, you can message me. Here we are. Let's see. If anybody's there, let me know. Let me know. All the fun of tech. Oh, there's one comment. Hang on. Tracy, hi. Hey, okay, it's happening. Emma, Tracy. Hello. So this is why I wanted to be able to do this so that I can start to see who's there. So at some points I'm going to be coming forward and then coming back, and then if you have questions and things like that. So Narina, oh, you're feeling the pulse salsa groove. Okay. So, welcome. And first of all, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you joining me and giving me your time and attention, because life pulls us in so many directions. So just to say that I really appreciate that, because there could be other things that you are doing or saying or feeling, and places to be and things like that. So during these 5 days, this is time that I want to be of service and to be useful for you. So the more feedback you give me, the more questions you have, the more I know of what kind of direction as the days go on that you would like this to go into, the more it can be of use for you. This is your time. This is your time. So I want to make that really clear. So one of the things I want to just talk a little bit about very briefly, and then what I'm going to do is I want to take you through today what I do, because I'm kind of like guinea pig 101 for all of this stuff. Like, there's no workout that I've ever set a client, or anything that I haven't done myself, that I wouldn't do myself, that I haven't tried, and which is why I'm not, the right fit for everyone, because what some people's needs are may be very different as well. Because I think it's just important to have that level of kind of emotional, physical, mind, body empathy in all of this. So one of the main things that I find with people who are looking to either return to movement is that people have this all or nothing approach. So a lot of women I know, especially at midlife, and they are like strong, amazing, kick-ass women, and this ability to push through, this strength has served them well. Like, you're here and living and breathing, and it's gotten you this far. And then somehow, sometimes it's like, well, I'm kind of depleted, or there's something missing, or the things that I used to do aren't working for me anymore. So how we move, how we train, how we exercise, however you want to frame it, doesn't exist in a vacuum. Our body and mind goes through life every single day. So the version of you that is doing the movement is also the version of you that maybe had to get up early and organize the kids and do these meetings and do this and go there and be pulled in all these different directions. So if you're depleted in one aspect of life, you can't expect that to not have a knock-on effect in another aspect of your life. Our body only produces one type of cortisol, only one. So this is our stress hormone. And the body doesn't distinguish like, oh, but that was an emotional, financial worry, so I'll just give this kind of cortisol. Or like, oh, that was a physical stress. Like, maybe you ran too far, maybe you cycled too far, maybe you did too many strength sessions and didn't sleep and didn't eat, like, oh, I'll give them the too much exercise cortisol. Or maybe it's the like, well, I've kind of been really slack on my food. I haven't had like enough food this week, or I've eaten a lot of food, but it was really shitty food, and there probably wasn't very many nutrients or minerals in it. It's like, oh, you're gonna get this kind of cortisol. It's only one. So we don't distinguish on our physical, these autonomic functions that are happening in the body. They just happen. So movement is a part of our healing journey. Welcome, Max. So a lot of people are looking for just different ideas and how we can move consistently. And when we have consistency, we have sustainability. When we have those two things, we build up. And I also believe that it should be a joy in that process to do that. So I'm just going to do a final check in case there's anyone else here, in case someone's saying, I can't hear you or see you or anything like that. Diana, thank you for welcome. Good morning, Tess. Okay, green light, text running good. So, first of all, so I'm going to take you through what I do. And the reason I do what I do is, even through, after all these years of this kind of like personal research of research in others to begin with, spending a decade around some of the most elite parkour movers in the world, and then other natural movement systems, and then bodywork people, and all of those things, that observing and learning and then integrating their practices of, so having this like, one lady said to me like, wow, you did a PhD in me. And that's what I want for all of you, is to have this greater sense of self-knowledge. What works for you? And you are not the same every day. You are not the same every month, every year. So there's a constant change of flux, and we need to be able to adapt, have strategies, have toolkits, have creative solutions, which are not based on no pain, no gain. So this PhD in me, this self-knowledge, there are still some times when I'm like, oh, well, I should do that. Or, oh, I feel really tired today. And so it's always the question of like, well, are you too tired to move? Or do you need to move? Am I tired? Am I physiologically tired? Am I mentally tired? Or am I kind of lazy tired? And so one of the things I do is the movement snacks really set me up to unlearn those predictive patterns of, well, I think this, therefore this is what I should do. It's a complete holistic check-in, mind and body. You see where your nervous system's at. So the nervous system kind of runs the show. Some people here may be familiar with that kind of stuff. Other people may be like, what the hell is she talking about? So I used to do my kind of warm-up used to be, very conventional, like, okay, joint mobility, da-da-da. And so mobility is the gateway to movement, 100%. However, the brain and the nervous system is running the show. So in this kind of hierarchy of things, that is really, really important. And until you kind of go in and check, like, are you stuck in this tired and wired? Or are you so super chilled, rest and digest, that you're like, maybe I'll move, maybe I won't. Yeah, I don't really feel like doing anything today. And then maybe you need that action. So not all stress is bad. Again, we want more self-knowledge. Can I, like, where everything's going now? He can go from 0 to hero, like that. And then he can also go from like action hero, super chill. Every paw is as relaxed as possible. He lives in the moment, he's present. He's the greatest teacher I've ever had. So what we're going to do first of all is, I just want you to allow yourself 1 moment, 1 minute of breathing. So the idea of this is that you just calm yourself. It's kind of like a circuit breaker, where I want you to just step out. Like, if you've got other distractions going on, my distraction is just Pax. So if you've got other things going on, like, turn them off. Like, turn the Bluetooth off on. Close your email there. Don't have another screen going. Just allow yourself, even these first 1 or 2 minutes, just to be present, calm, and allow yourself to listen and communicate with your body. So I want you to do just one, let's say 2 maybe minutes of breathing. So I choose to breathe, and I'm a really big believer in nose breathing. So in through the nose, out through the nose, mouth closed, tongue resting on the roof of the mouth. Really key, the magic happens. That's a whole other subject. We can get into that. So I want you to find a position that's comfortable for you. I love spending time on the floor. This was probably the best investment I made at the beginning of lockdown. I knew I wasn't going to be in parks, and this is hard concrete, and I like rolling around. But tomorrow I think I'll be on the rug in the lounge, and so we feel safe when we're on the ground. The more of our body that's in contact with the ground, the safer and calmer we feel. So it's a really great place to first check in and see how you feel. So for me, the most relaxed position is this. And I just love it. But for you, some people, it may need to be here. If your lower back doesn't feel rested, doesn't feel calm, doesn't feel good. If you want to really kind of start to challenge and load your breathing, and if you want to do kind of breathing training, then you can start to do this kind of stuff. You can breathe here, you can breathe here, you can do all this kind of thing. And but for now, go gentle. Go gentle. Go with ease. The more relaxed you are, the stronger you are. And that strength that you use to push through has a time and a place. And it also needs to not be on 24/7. So, I just want you to lie on the floor. And this is how I start every session. There'll just be a moment of like, okay, this is my intention. This is my time for movement snacks. So you can close your eyes and just be here and just check in and just take inventory. So you're just seeing, number one, be aware of like, are you breathing from your belly or your chest? You're just observing, you're not judging, you're not like critiquing, you're just observing and being present. So I like to let, on the inhale, the belly rises, on the exhale, it's an invitation to let go. Like the more you feel like a blob of jelly on the floor, the stronger you will be, and the more you will heal whatever it is that you need to heal. Because we're all healing, we're all growing, we're all changing, all the time. Different degrees, different contexts, very bio-individual. So just quieten in and see, even when lying on the floor, or maybe you've chosen to do it sat cross-legged. Maybe you're kneeling, maybe you're sat at your desk watching this on the replay. Just be aware, like, you know, when was the last time you kind of went like, oh, is my neck or chin kind of symmetrical? Or when I lie here, do I naturally go to one side? It's all self-knowledge, it's all reveal and heal. Talking a lot because I just want to share lots of nice things with you guys, so just be here. And after the exhale, it's an invitation to melt. It's amazing, we can always actually let go of more. So what's happening to the feet? What's happening to the fingers, the wrist, the chin, the brow, the jaw, all of these areas? Are you letting your shoulders just kind of hang back? So the first thing I want you to unlearn is this idea that being relaxed is not connected to strength. The more relaxed you are, the more efficient you'll be in your movement. We can be effective, but efficiency is what will get us stronger, injury-free, and reclaim that strength and grow it more quickly, sustainably, and joyfully. So now, I just want you to move. If you're following along, come and lie on the floor. And here, just come into this kind of Sphinx position. And then from here, you're just gonna, eyes open. See if you can find that belly breath again. And now, lead with the eyes and you're just gonna look down and you're gonna look up. So the second principle of unlearning today is that really small, tiny things don't make a difference. So something as simple as this, just head nods, and now lead with the eyes, side to side. Nobody gets a prize for how far they can go. It's really not about that. It's really about, now just see if you can look over the shoulder, maintaining that belly breath in and out through the nose. And now see if you can like peek over the shoulder and twist and see that opposite foot. So things don't have to be complicated, hard, suffer, or take a lot of time to make you feel good. So just a few more head nods. And now I want you to come down and you're just gonna come here. Now it's kind of same but different. Now you're gonna be here and now you're just gonna twist and bring knee to elbow. And I'd like you to do this with that belly breath. Now when you can put hands by the side, push up, come into tabletop, and now we're going to do rocking. So, like I said, these are my everyday check-ins. And what's happening is, I'm resetting my nervous system. So these are kind of foundational movement patterns that we all did, hopefully, as babies, as we grew, because when we're born, we're half-baked. Our nervous system isn't fully formed. So the movements that we do soothe us. So if you've ever seen, we've all been in a I don't know, shopping area, a town center, shopping mall or something. Now I'm just going to change, tuck the toes under. And you've seen, some poor child is going through the terrible twos and they have a tantrum and they lose it and they have a meltdown. And they start screaming and crying. And then they go to the floor and they carry on rocking and then they're like, that child has never seen a parent do that, I hope. But they intuitively know that is going to soothe them. But our body's always trying to protect us, it's always trying to help us, it's always trying to bring us back to a state of wellness. And a lot of time we just get in the way, we have funny ideas about stuff, we put our mind somewhere and the body follows, and it doesn't always take us to a good place. So now as you can see, so the knees are wide, feet are together, hands are in the middle. If you've got knee things that are going on, go gently. How I move is my business, my body, my story. You're in yours, you have yours. Meet yourself where you're at. So now, you can kind of go wide, feet out, elbows down, and this one's really small. Really, really small. So rocking is something that just soothes us. So, rocking chairs, being on the swings. So these kind of movements are for me just a really nice check-in. So now we can do one leg long. And just this, so I'm just going from heel and back. Eyes open, looking forward. I have lots of friends and some clients who are very involved in the yoga world, and there's a tendency for people to be so focused on their intersection, like what's happening in the internal world, that they can calm themselves down and feel amazing and feel relaxed when their eyes are closed. But I want you to have access to that state of relaxation and letting go of tension when your eyes are open, because we spend most of our time during the day with our eyes open. So unless we're training that and that's becoming a reflex, then we're not going to be able to do that. So be aware if during any of these movements, if at any point you're kind of tempted to just like close your eyes. So now I'm just going to sit here, and we're going to get open, and now we're just going to rock. Put one foot down. So what this is going to do, see it from the back, is when I go here, when I go down, this, I get a really nice opening and stretch in the foot. So I'm a big barefoot fan, minimalist shoe fan. If you don't have happy, strong feet, chances are you don't have a happy, strong body. I know a lot of people who during lockdown, especially here in Southern California, the climate's summer every day, and there were a lot of people working at home who were barefoot for the most part for 18 months, and their knee pain went away, their back pain went away, and then when they went to put their shoes on, the shoes hurt their feet, and it made their knees hurt and their back hurt. So there's no mystery there. So this is the Lego rock. So now you're just opening, and again looking forward, eyes open, breathing in and out through the nose. So now I'm just going to come here. Some people love the next one, some people loathe it. So these are called hip sits. I want you to inhale, and as you exhale, I just want you to sit to the side. Come back up. Exhale. Down. And this is such a little move. And what can happen is, so don't think you're weird or there's nothing wrong with you if you go like, and then it's like, we're just waking up. And this is something where if you're stiff, if you're holding tension, if your arms are up here, your shoulders are up here, it's not going to feel so good. So again, I'm just showing you what I kind of do each day. So now you're going to come here, and I want you to check what's behind you. So this is where you're going to start to realize the confines of a regular yoga mat is not going to serve you well if you want to be 360 degrees strong. So a lot of people move, they do a lot of training. I know there's some people who are joining in here who maybe found me through through one of the podcasts I did recently, and they are runners and cyclists, and so they are doing a lot of this kind of movement, but they are not really opening, they are not twisting. So we're a use it or lose it system, and we get really good at what we do a lot of. And when you find an activity that you love doing, you want to do lots of it. And this is where movement snacks is a really perfect antidote, because I'm not saying you need to go to the gym for hours and do that thing. I'm just saying just 10 minutes of this, and you will help readdress, and you will put your body back into balance. So I have a cyclist I'm working with at the moment. She's a professional cycling coach, and she's a personal trainer at the gym. And even after one night, which kind of blew my mind, she said she woke up and she didn't feel like she was going to break in the morning. And I don't want anyone to feel like they're going to break. So we're going to now recruit tension and let go of tension, because the tension you have, not all of it's bad, but it may not be serving you well. So, but just before that, just double check. I thought I would see the comments, but I can't see me. Putting down the laptop. Hi Becky. Joy, consistency, sustainability. Yeah. That's what we're all about. So, I want you to sit, feet apart, knees apart. I want you to grab the outside of your knees, and I want you to be here upright. Like, this is a tense position. I want you to pull and squeeze your shoulder blades. So you're like, and then after you're here. So this is a like strong position. And then you're gonna exhale, and you can come up, and you're gonna recruit it, and then you're gonna let go. Up. And when you come up here, don't be like, oh, what's coming next? Thinking of the future, the emails, the replies, the shopping list to do. I want you to be here. Nice. Yes. So this reflex of strong contracted tense. Happy, joy. Like here, this is soft, this is soft, this is soft. Your body knows what to do. Don't get in the way. Don't let your mind get in the way. And it can be such a reflex to hold. A lot of us, like I hold tension in my face. Sometimes I hold tension in my shoulders, but we're all holding tension. And so what we need is strategies to let it go, and then also strategies to connect the body. Connect upper body to lower body. Connect front and back, left and right. So now, and as you go back, see from different angles, your aim is for it to just like roll. Not to be, I can't really fake it, but you might find a ratcheting, a like da. And so this is a few things, this kind of brain shadows, our body's always trying to protect us. And for some people, this idea of even rolling backwards can be a little bit traumatic. It's a kind of leap of faith for our unconscious. And if something's happened in the past, you're having to really soothe your nervous system and rewire and unlearn. And you're basically telling yourself, like, nothing bad happens when I go there. Nothing bad happens when I go there. And this is an underlying strategy that feeds into every single move in all of my training and all of my work with my clients and everything, is that a lot of the times there is nothing mechanically or physically in the way. It's the nervous system shutting down and saying, but last time we did that, something bad happened when we went there. Something bad happened when we went there. And this is why if your breathing is not soft, when you're doing your mobility, when you're opening up, when your nervous system is in this state of rest and digest, this calm, then it's going to take a lot longer. You're kind of putting obstacles in the way of accessing your range of motion, and that facilitates and opens the door to better strength, to more efficient movement, to less injuries, to less soreness, which then gets you to where you want to be, which is stronger, happier, healthier, motivated, energized, more quickly. The stronger our body is, the more we have this innate sense of confidence in our capacity to do whatever we need to do. We're driven by two primary goals. Whether we like it or not, on a cellular level, we're driven by two things, which is survive. To survive, you need to be safe. So our body's in this constant assessment mode. Like, is it safe to go there? Should we do that? Should I not do that? Like, is that a good idea? Something bad happened when I did that before. So, okay, I have to unlearn. I have to relearn. But to relearn takes more energy for the brain than to keep doing the same thing twice. So I often use the analogy of, say you go for a walk, like you're going for a hike or a walk in nature somewhere, and this is somewhere you've been before, and there's a nice little path, like down to the coast or something, and it's the path that lots of other people have been, and it's the path that you walk, and you know this path, and you can go there and not think about it. And then on the edges of the path, there's weeds and brambles or ferns or bamboo, whatever environment you choose it to be. and someone's saying like, yeah, but you need to go down this new path. You're like, number one, it takes more energy to go, oof, okay, I have to find my way down somewhere new. Rather than, I can turn up, go there, I know the path. So there's an intention and an idea that takes more energy. And then doing it, like, you've got to clear this path. And then after day one, you don't have a nice path. Your path has resistance. So Andrew Huberman, who's a very popular neuroscience and ophthalmologist and movement guy, or he's very interested in movement, he talks about this as this kind of like neural friction. So it's like there's resistance because you don't just go, oh, there's a smooth and beautiful path. And this is the same for our movement, for our continuity, for our progressions. It's going to be bumpy. And as long as you know that, then you can set yourself up for a journey where you're expecting a few road bumps. You're not going to be set off track. You're going to be patient and you're going to give time. So, back to the rolling, because this is what I do. So you're going to be here, but this time, when you come up, you're not going to come back into this position. You're going to come back into this position. So the foot by the knee. Here. So I'm going to roll back, and I'm going to come up. And then I roll back, and I alternate. And when I do this, I'm trying to be as relaxed as possible. Again, breathing through the nose. And now, I'm going to stop here. You're going to put your arms behind you. You're going to use these as kind of pillars and columns. Externally rotate. Be here. Now we're just going to go side to side. And if that feels okay, meet yourself where you're at. Don't force anything. Don't move into pain. If that's feeling nice, then sit more forward. You kind of end up shuffling around a little bit when you do this. And now, see if you can keep the feet in the same place. And do this. You may end up at the beginning, you're kind of holding your breath because you're working at something that might be new and unfamiliar, and then you're like tense. Well, even when I add that tension, it's harder for me to do the move. So you can be here, like, having tense shoulders is not going to make this move any easier. What's happening is you're engaging your core, your hips. And so now it becomes a game of add-on. So now we can go back, here, back. So what I do next, so just to recap, my morning movement snacks, 1 minute of breathing, then I do head nods, rocking, then I'll do some kind of rolling. There's a whole loads of different rolls, and I'll introduce you to different ones each day this week. And then now what I want you to do is you're going to roll back, you're going to come to here, and now you're going to bring your body weight forward, come up, and then you're going to gently sit down. And if you need to use your arms for support to get into this, do that. If you need to be here and push up, do that. And you want to make sure, you want to just be observant of like, okay, can you go here? But then are you like here when you start to balance, like, is there a kind of fall? So that's, you always want to be seeing. And again, some of these moves, it really depends on who, like, how you're feeling today, how your body moves, what your story is. Something that one person can make look like nothing that happens with ease can be really sneaky hard. And when you find something that's really sneaky hard, I want you to think of it as a treasure map. Because if any of these things are sneaky hard, that means there is a whole road an adventure you can go down that's going to open your body, that's going to reset, that's going to reconnect and make you feel really nice. So we're going to add a little kind of shimmy at the top of that. So we're going to come up, be here, and now. So we're kind of switching side to side. Yeah. Come on. Now. And there's one other thing I missed that I want to make sure you guys do, and that is we're going to add a twist. So you're going to roll back, come up, twist towards that front knee, and then push down. Back, push. Because again, a lot of people are moving just in these same lanes. Like, life doesn't happen in straight lines. So you want to make sure you're not training in straight lines. Because whilst you may want to excel in the movement or the joy that you do, you also don't want to like put your back out just because you're putting the dishes away or lifting something out of the car. You want to you want your skills to transfer. You want everything to be complementing everything else. So roll back, up, roll. And now you can start to come up, shimmy down, up. Just play with it. So you're combining these movements now. And so every time we roll, it's a little massage. We're going into these different angles. We're moving. We're waking up the joints. And we're feeling good. So let me check. Da, 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 da. Okay. Are you still with me? Okay, let me know if you have any questions as we're moving along. I'm going to try and do like 10 more minutes. And then it's question time if you're still with me. So again, just a recap. Breathing, head nods, rocking, rolling. Now we're opening up the hips and now we're twisting and moving because these are the things that we get kind of stuck in. And all our strength and our power comes from these rotational moves. If the middle of your spine, that thoracic spine, isn't open, you're not going to be able to access that power. If your hips aren't able to open with ease, you're not going to be able to access that power from like the glutes, your powerhouse, all of those things. And I don't spend much time thinking about the kind of the biomechanics of things. I just spend a lot of time thinking about where do I have access to my movement? Where do I have access to strength? How can I recruit strength and tension and pull that in so the whole of my body is working together? Because when the whole of it's not working together, what happens is you start asking your body to do things that like parts of it shouldn't be doing. It's kind of like, you know, like these muscles, like your butt, your glutes. These are the biggest muscles. This is a powerhouse. So if they're not engaged and part of your story, then like, you know, don't try and get like your little bicep to do something. It's kind of like, no, it's like this should be doing it, not this. And injuries, they're part of imbalances, as well as then the kind of nutritional elements that come into strong resting, which we'll look at later in the week. So back to our little sequence, our movement snack for today. So I always try and do that, the rolling, the twisting, and then kind of opening to getting up. So I would then take the sequence, I go back here, and then I start to step. And just this movement here starts to incorporate balance and stability. So you roll back, come here, up, and now step. And you want to try stepping in different directions. So start to reach. Start to just like, and so I don't do anything that's like a static hold or anything like that. I just don't. If you do them and you like them, that's great. But I'm just looking at moving kind of constantly, gently. And again, these moves may not look like much. So now you can also even then like start really going forward. And then you can even just do like kneel, lunge, back, down. So you're asking your body to stabilize and balance. And the more you improve balance, the more you improve every single movement that your body does. So come up, move. And again, I'm always very conscious of the feet going from there to there to there. And keeping the body feeling nice and upright. So you're engaged. The work's in the wobble. So if you're finding any wobble and any instability there, it's great information, it's great feedback, it's research for you to take and use and apply. So you can then go to standing from that whole sequence. So it would be roll, shimbox, step, plant, up, reverse, step back, soften the foot, bring it round, down, back, so roll, step, set up the foot, stand, reverse. And you're looking at, this is the bit people kind of get like, ooh. So you're here, here, soften the foot. And now that balance of here, here, you should come back to that same position. Cool. So, how's your body feeling right now? So mine, I just feel like it feels nice. It's different to be kind of relaxed and feel like doing nothing, or like feel like continuing to lie down. But these kind of moves like ease you into movement snacks, which then, for me, like my body feels happy and relaxed but energized. And then I really get to know like where I'm at. So like right now, today, like if this wasn't alive, I would now do a whole bunch of things that would then look like kind of strength training. And all of this can be strength training as well. But it's how we access that, how we assess, what do I need today? What is going to fill my cup versus what is going to empty it? Am I just being stoic by pushing through and doing it? Or am I nurturing and honoring where I'm at right now? Am I doing movements that are diverse and are going to feed into this idea of being 360 degrees strong? So the last move I want to do now is, so we've gone from being, so we're up. This a little bit. Boop. So at some point you're going to end up. We've done roll, shim box, da da da. See me? And now what you're going to do is then you're going to stand, place one hand in the middle, bend your knees, and then we're going to think of this as 3 points. This is our tripod. And then if my right hand is forward, I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to thread it through. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to use this arm as a column. I don't want to be collapsed. I want to have as much room between my ears and my shoulders. I'm going to be there. Push up. And bring it back. sides. Down, through. There. So play with that a few times. Don't go too narrow. You need space. You want to be wide. So down. Up. Then if you want to get fancy, you can be here. You can be here. And then you can incorporate that. Into that sequence. So that's just a few kind of ease into movement snacks, ideas of how to start meeting yourself where you're at, to unlearn this idea of I have to go hard, I have to go strong, I have to like no pain, no gain. And just let me know, like, how do you feel? How does that feel in your body? Like I said, I just feel now, I feel connected, my joints feel at ease. I don't feel depleted, I feel energized. Because today, for me personally, is a day where like, I'm excited about the challenge, so I wanted to do that. I did 2 hours of pickleball yesterday. I did cold water the day before. I did strength on Friday. I didn't know how I was going to feel today because I'm giving energy to this and I want to do that and do that really well and help you guys and introduce some new ideas. And but now I know, like, okay, I could like get my kettlebells and do some things. If I was going to do handstand practice, like now would be a great time for me to do that. Or after doing that, I've had days where I feel like, okay, yeah, that was nice, but like, yeah, I still feel like I just want to lie down or eat some more food. And so this is what gives you this sense of what works, what do I need, what is going to serve me well today. So write a message in the comment, let me know. So just this kind of basic rolling, hip opening. I'll set you some more ideas and I can put some more links in there. And I don't want to overwhelm you because also there are things to me that are very like, oh yeah, this and this. And if you're new to all of these ideas, it's like, hang on a minute. So like I said, this week is for you guys. I can do my own training and carry on. There's no kind of difference. But what I want you to really take home from today is meet yourself where you're at. I want you to unlearn this idea that it has to be all or nothing. I want you to really recognize that by consistently meeting yourself where you're at, you will get further quicker and with more joy. And that is really important because, like I said, this kind of stoicness and pushing through, that will get you so far. But then especially when you're in midlife, if you're perimenopausal or menopausal, the hormone roller coaster that you're on is one that really requires a deep awareness of, can you meet the demands that life or your body is asking of you? Because stress is, can you meet the demands? Stress is not the event. So stress for one person may be, oh my God, my friend's gonna make me jump out of an airplane and go skydiving. And yet for another friend, it may be like, best day ever is to go skydiving. Someone else may have a panic attack and be traumatized. So the event of skydiving is not the stress. Your reaction to the event is the stress. So you need to know every single day, like, where am I at? So if I have a training program or an exercise plan, the idea that I may be behind or I'm off track, I don't allow that to happen anymore if I know that I'm meeting myself where I'm at. And that is this other level of self-knowledge that we want at midlife that is going to carry you through. And to know, again, knowing and understanding there's only one type of cortisol. So what is triggering a kind of stress that doesn't allow you to meet the demands in front of you? It could be a professional demand. It could be, oh, I need to like focus for 7 hours today. I may need to do that. So our training doesn't exist in a vacuum. You want to be able to set yourself up for success. You want to be able to check in, take inventory, and find out, okay, is it a big day? Is it a little day? Where in my body, what is being revealed to me of what isn't connected and what isn't engaged? So a lot of people aren't able to kind of engage their core, move their feet, their hips open, and that could be because of a lifetime of different things. You are the only one in your body. You are the only one living your life. You're the only one who knows your story. So you need to take responsibility for that, because you are the authority on that. Whatever any of the rest of us observe, you're the only one living it, and you're in the driving seat. So I hope there were some nice ideas there today, and I feel kind of energized and nice and relaxed, and I know that the more relaxed I am, the stronger I am, and I can recruit that. So, and just to kind of give an example of that is, so here we have Pax being oh, very, very relaxed. Poor buddy. I bamboozle him every day. So if you want to kind of, see how you can recruit strength and where strength and tension are really good is loaded breathing. So we started off with our relaxed breathing. Now I want you to bring the feet up, eyes open this time, and see, well, can I access that belly breath then? And if you can, then what I want you to do is then come here. So can I now keep and maintain that breath there? Just breathing in and out. Then can I do it with the arms here? Now can I do it here? Then can I do it here? And here I can start, like, there's a wobble. I can still engage the breathing, but there's a wobble. And then you can also do, which is even easier, is the whole body. So here, like, the fingers are tense. I am squeezing my legs together, my knees together. And so how you do a plank and how you do a hollow body. This now, like, I'm pushing, I'm holding, and it should be tiring just to recruit the body like that and hold together. And breathe. So that's just a way you can kind of test that out. And you also want to be able to be soft, strong, relaxed. So that's just how I check in every day when I start a movement session in the morning. If I'm not sure, am I tired? Am I physiologically tired? Am I lazy tired? Am I stress tired? And then that will dictate my training. So there's a blog on my website about strong resting, and it's how basically my capacity for recovery dictates how I train. And that's how I get stronger. I don't have hormonal issues. I don't have anxiety. I don't have injuries. And it really works. And that's my story, and that's been a journey, and that's been about self-research and like the PhD in me. So I want you to all have this idea that you can engage in your own PhD in me to be able to do that. So Patricia, just looking at the comments now. I love how this was a whole body experience in the planes of movement. Yes, but it was fun. It has a lot of room for creativity. Oh yeah, we're gonna go there. Tracy, it was definitely energizing. Thank you. And it seems like you could fit these snacks into your day easily. 100%. So this is the idea. Oh, this is your Narina's second set of movement snacks today, and feeling good. Meeting myself where I'm at and staying relaxed, letting my body guide instead of my mind. Yes, beautiful, powerful gifts for me. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Daniela. The key to staying relaxed when engaged is the breath. Yeah. So, breathing is probably the movement skill most people don't train or know that is going to be a game changer. So I've taken like 55 minutes to go through this, and I want to talk and meet and welcome you on day one. But what I did today, you could do in 10 minutes. And you do have 10 minutes in your day. The breath work you could do in a minute, 2 minutes. You do have that, and you have that several times a day. So thank you for everyone who's joined. If you're watching on the replay, please do #replay. Send me a message. Send me how you felt afterwards. Like if you had to rate how you felt at the beginning, 1 out of 10, and then how you felt at the end. Like I was excited at the beginning, so I'm not really a good measure of this today, because I was excited to share with you guys. But that feeling of energy is something that should be your baseline. And it's knowing, like, again, this is about toolkits, it's about adaptation, and like, yes, it's about creativity. You know, like this is my background, this is the thing. And so of course I brought that with me into this movement world, because otherwise there's a lot of stuff that's just very boring, and it doesn't invite people to listen to their body, to have a conversation that's gonna then be like, what do you need? Because so when I work one-to-one with people, we go more in depth, and I know what they need because of what they've shared. And here right now this week I can't do this so much for you, but so let me know, comment, replay, what worked, how you felt afterwards, what you're looking for this week. Thank you to everyone who's just joined the group recently, and I read every single answer to every question that is put in there. So I know a lot of people are looking for mobility, motivation, how to get stronger, how to return. So just planting some seeds. Set your intentions for the week. Commit to checking in with this, either on the live or the replay, every day. If you want to feel differently, you need to do something differently, and you have a choice, and you're in the driving seat. So take what you like today, write it down, do it. The things that you liked in the movement today, decide like, okay, for the next 5 days, I'm going to incorporate them into my everyday. And believe me, by day 5, if you just did that, if you did a 10-minute sequence every day, by Friday or Saturday, you're going to be like, wow, I can feel like this. And I feel this relaxed energy, because we spend so much time tired and wired. We spend so much time normalizing. So yeah, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Give me feedback. Cheers. Bye-bye.